Roman Catholicism's prohibition of technological contraceptives, and those who avoid hormonal or technological modifications to the body. Both favor timing methods, which can also include withdrawal. Some of these individuals, however, may accept the use of external technologies, such as a thermometer or fertility computer, in order to avoid more invasive or morally objectionable internal technologies. Others may use technologies such as sex toys or dolls, with or without the presence of a partner, in order to avoid sperm-egg contact completely. Studying the reasoning behind the use or non-use of contraceptive methods thus illuminates broader themes in the history of human technological interaction. This book raises broader questions, not only about the relationship of individuals to technologies, but also about the ways that contraceptives play a role in local, national, and international politics. Laws and policies, from the U.S.'s Comstock Act to Ireland's Criminal Law Amendment Act, affected and continue to affect people's personal lives, livelihoods, and decision-making. Laws and regulations govern the intellectual property of contraceptives, such as the chemical composition of spermicides, manufacturing standards, testing on animal and human subjects, legal requirements concerning advertising, sales, and distribution, and the parameters under which sales are allowed, such as age restrictions or prescription requirements. National or state policies can force people into involuntary sterilization, unwanted intrauterine devices, or hormonal implants in the service of population control, as happened during the 1975 to 1977 emergency in India. The presence or absence of legal contraceptives in a state or nation serves as a symbol of its commitment to women's and human rights. In other words, its commitment to reproductive justice. This book is a history of contraceptive technologies from the opening of the first birth control clinic in Amsterdam, the Netherlands in 1882 to the present. It traces the research, development, manufacturing, distribution, and use of contraceptive methods that were and are marketed and sold to the public. Those methods were and are available with or without a prescription for people of all genders. The history of contraception involves the synthesizing of diverse histories, including the history of technology, women's and gender history, the history of sex and reproduction, population control studies, legal history, and political history. It requires a broad understanding of individual behavior and identity formation, nonprofit advocacy groups and independently wealthy individual advocates, religious organizations, governmental policies at various levels and the execution thereof, and technological development, manufacturing, and distribution, among other factors. Geographically, the primary emphases in this book are on the United States and Western Europe, with secondary emphases on the Caribbean, Peru, Eastern Europe, Sub-Saharan Africa, India, and Japan. This book draws on existing scholarship in 4 areas. First, chronologically and temporally restricted histories of contraception. Second, histories of sexuality and sexology. Third, histories of fertility and infertility. And fourth, histories and theories of feminist health and reproductive justice. It is organized both chronologically and according to the type of technology under development. This book identifies the opening of Aletta Jacobs' birth control clinic as the beginning of a modern contraceptive era. Of course, condoms, behavioral methods, abstinence.